Fentanyl kills a 1-year-old baby boy and sends 3 other babies to the hospital in a daycare in the Bronx. Next on CostTv.
Kept trying, kept failing, game plan, kept changing, dreams fading, started hesitating, couldn't deal with the agitation, it only led to...
One child died yesterday. 3 others were hospitalized after cops say they somehow came into contact with opioids. Nicholas Dominici was just 1 year old and had been attending the daycare for only about a week before his family dropped him off yesterday, never to see him alive again. Right now, investigators are questioning 2 people, including the daycare owner. Eyewitness News reporter Johnny Fernandez spoke with the victim's father today.
I love him, I miss him, I want him back. But there's nothing that will give me back my son.
Otoniel Feliz is emotional thinking about his 1-year-old son Nicholas, who started going to daycare just a week ago. With watery eyes and a heavy heart, he's mourning and processing how he lost his son at a place he assumed was safe.
My wife was on her way to the daycare. She was going to pick him up early. Shortly before she arrives, she receives the call and also sees an ambulance.
The scene at the Divino Niño daycare in the Bronx was chaos after first responders received a cardiac arrest call. Police say that the incident unfolded after the children ate and took a nap. 3 children were rushed to the hospital unconscious and unresponsive, and police later learned a 4th was sick earlier in the day. 3 of the children fought for their lives. 1-year-old Nicholas didn't make it.
We don't have a diagnosis. We don't have an answer to what happened.
Investigators worked into the night to determine what the children were exposed to at the daycare, one that has a good reputation. A reputation now coming into question after drug production equipment was discovered inside.
Which can, through either inhalation, ingestion, or in touching of the skin, intoxicate the recipient.
While the cause of death is still unanswered, Otoniel is now trying to process the guilt and the question on everyone's mind: why did this happen at a place deemed safe for children?
It's the first time we lose a family member. We don't have a plan. We don't know where to go or what to do. At the end of the day, we are alone in this process.
I'm feeling as shitty as the day. A daycare is supposed to be a place where you drop your kid off in the morning and have a peace of mind that they safe, that they learning, that they eating good. That's why when we look for daycares, we ask our peers, we ask our community, yo, you think this daycare is good? This daycare is good? Yeah, okay. They treat your kid good? Oh, the greatest. And then you decide upon the positives of the daycare, right? I was never into the daycares inside apartment buildings or with a makeshift sign that says daycare outside. No, I'm not with that. Me personally. In this case, this couple or this young lady, the owner of the daycare, decides to bring in fentanyl somewhere in that house, in that apartment. Whatever you do in the dark would eventually come out in the light or come to the light. They were doing illegal activities, not only legal activities, but they had this substance there in the apartment. You can't cover the sky with 2 hands, which means that you did something that you thought you wasn't going to get caught for, and you put it in a daycare so you can kind of block it off better. But it came back to bite you in the ass. But the worst part is that a little boy died because of you guys. And everything leads up to the greed of money, right? Fentanyl is the #1 opioid drug, the #1 killer in America. And it's being used for every type of drug. And to have this and to endanger the welfare of kids, you gotta be obsessed with money. And she looks like a nice young lady. I see them coming out the precinct, but she made a huge mistake that's gonna cost her and her husband or whoever he was his life. You did something. it wasn't intentional, but it was in the apartment or in this place. And I feel that I just feel brokenhearted. I didn't even want to cover this because it makes me depressed, you know. And for all you guys who have kids, it's imagine that, man. Dropping your kid off and getting a call at 2:30 that your kid is dead. And the reason why he's dead, fentanyl. So I don't even have no more words, man. I'm so sorry for these parents that gotta go through this. I even feel sorry for the dummies that have fentanyl in there. And the daycare, really? Yo, please share this message, man. And my heart is broken for little Nicholas, man. Go in peace, y'all.
Feel blood, sweat, and dumb tears. Don't give up, it will be alright.